We are so back. The boys are back. We just got one of the greatest MCU scenes in history. We got to talk about it. Daredevil Born Again, episode 4, full spoilers. Let's go. Look, I know that there's a lot that happened this episode with Matt, with Fisk, everything, and I'm going to get to the Wilson Fisk stuff a little bit towards the end, but I got to talk mainly about the Frank and Matt scene. That is what made this entire episode up for me. Just 5 minutes of pure cinematic dialogue genius. And it just solidifies that these two, Charlie Cox and John Bernthal, are two of the greatest comic book castings in the history of any character ever when it comes to comic book characters. And what makes this so effing cool about having them back together on this specific day, it was 9 years ago to the day, the last time we saw them on screen together. I don't care what anybody says, I'm sorry, but this is one of the greatest moments we have ever gotten in MCU history. And it is the single best moment we have so far in MCU television and on the Marvel television side. The dialogue, the character work, the setting, the meaning behind everything, the impact on these characters that not only that moment had, but these characters have on each other. How Frank is able to bring something out in Matt, in Red. That, by the way, that moment he said Red for the first time, I lost it. But how Frank is able to bring things out of Matt that no one else can is just unmatched. It is absolutely unmatched. When he kept digging at Matt to say his name, to say Foggy's name, and Matt couldn't say it because he realized that not only was everything that happened his fault, but that if he did say that he would be crossing a line and he would be going somewhere that he didn't want to go to. But this is the moment that Matt needs. This is the push. Frank is 100% the push for him to put that suit back on, which we saw later on in the episode. Not officially putting the suit on, but we had this incredible shot of the mask. We saw him playing with the baton and on the rooftop training again. He's putting that suit back on, and it was 1000% because of Frank Castle telling the truth, digging into Matt Murdock's core, and Matt realizing that he's right. After watching this episode, and obviously my timeline is flooded with all kinds of opinions from everyone, but someone really said something that hit home with me on this moment. They said that Frank was able to spark that primal urge and that primal hunger for vengeance back into Matt's heart. And that is 1000% true. This was the moment that he was born again. The show titled Born Again was this moment. Frank really making him realize what his true calling is and getting back into that role of Daredevil that we are going to be seeing.